Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Colombian Special News. Today we have a special guest. Welcome, Ray Bradbury. Hey, so what's up, Ray Bradbury? Yo, what up? I'm Ray Bradbury, the one who wrote it 451 Fahrenheit 451. So, Ray Bradbury, for today we have some questions for you. So let's start. Okay, the first question: how do you think your book can relate to real life? So, personally, I think that this book can relate to real life in a social situation where people are afraid to do what they really like or afraid to discover their curiosities. For example, in the book, Guy initially was very afraid of reading, but he was also curious. He was afraid of doing it, somehow felt wrong, but really he was. Uh, Really, we as humans can learn from this. Taking risks take us to new adventures, experimenting with reactions and all sort of things. We as humans, our duty is to discover, and like this, we can become wise and experienced. If we take more risk without being afraid, in the moment we die and the story of our lives comes to an end, we will not regret of not being able to accomplish something just because you were afraid. You need to be able to overcome fear and take as many risks as you want. So, thank you, Mr. Ray, Mr. Badbury. So now we have another questions for you to answer us. Do you think society today can compare to the book? Why or why not, and what are your examples? So, today in the world, there have been developed a variety of different mentalities. Each world leader has his own mentality. So, that can be compared to today's society, for example, North Korea. North Korea is a very different nation. They have sensor resources for their population, not being able to access but propaganda influencing their opinions. They have a very limited type of information for the government, have a general control over their population knowledge. This can be somehow similar to a book because books are a way to gain knowledge, so by the government providing reading, they are censoring their population knowledge. So, Mr. Bradbury, I have another question for you, a backup question. Do you think that there are more countries that in this moment are working as the book? Yeah, that's a great question actually, because I not only think that it's North Korea, probably we can also say that Venezuela is in this same problem because they are confronting what Maduro wants them to do, not what they want to do. So that's why they have been in a bad society and many problems have happened to it. As like in today, how they appear in RCN News, to more than 24% of the childs are able to be dead with of famine. So, Mr. Ray Barbary, we have you another question. Bearing this quote, we come up with a question. You know, I'm not afraid of you at all. He was surprised. Why should be? So many people are afraid of firemen. I mean, but you are just a man after all. So my question about after reading this was: are the people afraid of the government or of the firemen? Um, so many actually the people are afraid of the government because the ones who are controlling the firemen are the government, and people are also scared by the firemen, but they what they are really scared about is the government, which is the one who is manipulating everybody in all the city, in all the civilization, we could say, and the firemen are just doing their work for not to die and for sustain their families like any other person there, even though their work is a work that is affecting many people, and even some people have suicide about this. like we could read in the book When the Old Woman Suicide. So yeah, what people actually are scared about is the government. So Mr. Bradbury, so we have another, and this is I think the most important question about that we have. Why is a perfect society, how is named in the book, appears to be so bad? So, so yeah, this is actually a great question, and I think this is what the book is about, actually. So, the things are, it's supposed to be a perfect society. That's what the governor thinks. By making everybody seeing the same things, by making everybody thinking about the same things, and making everybody do the same things. Actually, this doesn't work like that because people need to disagree with each other to come with great ideas, to come with better ideas. People need to interact with each other, and if everybody is thinking and doing the same things, they would not interact with each other's many. Mm, So, by everybody sharing ideas, this is what gives us knowledge, having ideas of all parts of the world, and that's what make us humans. Having knowledge, not like some like not like animals that all the animals do the same things, like all all the dog pets do all, like they are supposed to do the same things. But no, that's what make us humans, that we have knowledge, that we can use it, that we can think different of each others. So this is why this supposed perfect society is actually a very bad society, because they are making us like animals. And yeah, I think this was actually a great question, because this was the idea of the book, to make you think that we are humans, that we should appreciate our knowledge. Thank you, Mr. Bradbury. That was a great answer, and thank you for coming here to the Colombian Special News. See you again in some time.